It's Wednesday, and that means one thing. Time for the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show with Steve Ray and Frank Blair. Brought to you by Butcher Barbecue Products, a complete line of rubs, injections, sauces, grilling oils, and supplies.
And we're also brought to you by the most popular drum smoker in America, the Pit Barrel Cooker, known as the PBC. Stop by Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply Store and see how easy it is the Pit Barrel Cooker is to use and how affordable it really is.
Brought to you by Michelin Tires, available at Steve Ray's Midnight Oil in Ooltewah. You know where they're at, right there on Lee Highway in Ooltewah. Big rebate going on right now. You don't have to pay a lot when you get your tires at the Midnight Oil in Ooltewah. Michelin Tires. We got some. Performance you need only at the Midnight Oil, where you pay for the tire, not the entire building. It'd be nice if I could learn to read with it. What's up, buddy?
Don't forget free air.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, always have free air.
You know who? Years ago, I did a segment on the radio with Dale Deason. You know Dale.
I know Dale Deason. Yeah.
And we did a free air. I'm getting a feedback somewhere, Frank. Have you got something on?
Nope.
You sure? I think. Oh, I see it right there. I see it right there. See it right there. We'll turn it off. Yeah, move that down there right there. My fault.
No, I got you.
I did that earlier. Dale Deason did a commercial with me. We did it live in the bay when I was working on a car, and he said, "How much air do you put in a tire?" And I said, 32 pounds is the regular. He said, "So that's the regular schmo amount of air." And
regular schmo amount of air.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody in town was coming by the gas station, getting the air, and they're saying, "Is this where we get the regular schmo air?" It took off like wildfire. The regular schmo air. Isn't that funny how something small
Couldn't ask for any better advertising.
I know.
Drive them to the place.
Dale Deason, one of the if you have advertising to do in Chattanooga and you need an agency, Deason Works, call him.
Yeah.
He's the man.
He's been in business for a long time.
Dale Deason. We've got a great show lined up. We got the local guys are with us tonight. We've got Sean Cosby from Choo Choo Barbecue. Sean went down to Gadsden, Alabama this weekend and took second place in the KCBS Major League
Kicked
circuit.
butt. B-U-T-T.
Almost kicked butt.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. One guy beat him, but he had 2 first places and 1 perfect score in chicken. And we're going to talk to him in the second hour, or second part of the hour. First up, we're going to go to Scott Waters of Smokestack Grilling and Barbecue. Scott and his wife went up to Kingsport. Well, I guess his wife went. I don't know for sure. I'm sure she went. But anyway, he went up to Kingsport last Saturday, competed in his first Steak Cook-Off Association contest. The Steak Cook-Off Association contest, for those who don't know, is the major league of steak competition. Steak competition, if you're not familiar with the competition or the food competition world, steak competition is the fastest growing, easiest way to get into competitive food cooking.
And the reason is you don't spend all day.
Right.
You come in, fire the smoker or grill up in this case. 2-3 hours later, you're done. You're out of there. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't cost a lot of money if you
usually $200 to enter.
Yeah.
They give you the steak. They give you 2 steaks.
And you don't have to bring a paddy wagon full of stuff if
And
you don't cook
so
steak.
it is. We'll get Brett Galloway on one night, the guy that runs Steak Cook-Off.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Be fun.
And Scott went up there first time, second place. Now, folks, that's unheard of. That is unheard of. You never do that well because it's such a tedious thing cooking a steak for a contest. When we do it at the house, it's we everybody knows. Everybody says, "I do the great steak. I can win that contest easy." No, you can't. No, you can't. You got to do special things with that steak that the judges are looking for. And obviously, Scott, either he's brilliant or he knows how to watch YouTube because he went up there and took second place. So good for Scott and good for Sean. And we're going to talk to them both. Hey, did you see our famous Dave's closed? Famous Dave's, yes. It's closed. The one that Tamara and Mike Lister opened years and years and years ago when she left Channel 3. Double click on the Frank's Lost Facebook feed.
Yep.
Double click on the the Chrome key. No, over here, right there. No,
Gotcha.
that's it right there. Double click. There you go. You got it.
Phew, Lord.
And when Lister left Channel 3, and this was 30 years ago, she and her husband Mike opened up the Famous Dave's here on Gun Barrel Road. And that is one restaurant where my family has frequented on a 3 or 4 time a year basis for like 10 years. Always good, never over the top great, never bad though. And they've got this like some sort of a bread pudding. Did you ever have that?
My wife has.
Yeah, and that is fantastic. Good barbecue, good solid barbecue, solid performance, but it's gone now. Something to do with at least they wanted to repurpose the building, so I think they are looking for another place to open. Come to Ooltewah tomorrow, Mike.
Yeah.
We would love to have.
Cambridge Square.
Yeah. Well, no, they got to change it.
Well, that's true.
You can't do it at Cambridge Square. And Change does a good job too. There's plenty of room out here in Ooltewah. Plenty of room, isn't it, Frank? We're
Yes,
getting ready
sir.
to get 600 more houses on Snow Hill Road, it looks like. We won't get into local politics because we have people all over the United States that are watching, and we're going to go right now. I've got Scott all queued up. We're going to go and get a hold of my friend Scott Waters from Smokestack Barbecue. I bet I hung up on him. He better answer his telephone. Scott Waters.
John Gordon, Enterprise Contracts.
That was not Scott Waters. Hold on, boy, this is embarrassing.
I've got his number 2, I think.
Let's look up his number right here on Facebook. Facebook Live, Scott Waters. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. This is no big deal. I can fix this. Let's do the right number. I can fix anything on this because I am a technical wizard.
Certified Skype master.
Everybody at home shake your head up and
Hello?
down. Scott Waters.
Yeah, there he is.
What's up, Scott?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Scott, turn off the answering machine.
706
Did he really do that?
75110
706 751.
That was him.
But was he doing that crazy? You know how some people are. They do. You know, like they
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
That's Scott calling us on the phone.
7065110
This is. I tell you what. This is classic right here. Hang on just a second. Hey, Scott. Hang on. Well, you're not on the air. I'm trying to call you on Skype. So hang up your phone, and I'll be calling you right back. Okay. All right. Oh, it's live.
For any of you guys who ever think you want to do this,
Don't
and watch it go south.
Okay, we're gonna try. This is hilarious. You don't see this on network television.
Yeah. Sometimes you do, actually.
No, not to this poor of level. I know Greg Rempe is at home laughing. He is rolling in the floor right now. John Solberg cannot. He is laughing so hard his side hurts.
Whoa.
Scott
There we
Waters.
Well, Steve Ray, how are you, sir?
Finally, I'm great now that I've got a hold of you. What's up? How are you?
Oh, no, I'm wonderful, sir.
Scott Waters, ladies
How's
and
everything
gentlemen.
in North Georgia?
Yeah, everything seems to be pretty warm today, but we're here.
Yeah, good.
Oh, it's a nice day. Let me get you right up here on the big screen. You and the family.
Yeah.
Right behind us. There you are. Smokestack Grilling and Barbecue. All right, Scott, let's jump right into it. Scott Waters. All right, let's see. I don't know how to, let's see. I'm trying to think, Scott, what order I want to do this in, because you've done like 3 great things this week. And,
Well, have you heard, huh?
yeah, and this, we hadn't even talked about that. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's get to the state contest second. Let's get to the
Okay.
World Food Championship arena right now. Fill us in.
Okay.
Fill us in on that because Scott is a World Food Championship qualifier. He was with us
Yeah.
down there in 2017.
2017.
Tell us what you've got, what you did, Scott, because this is almost bigger than the second place finish in the state contest.
Well, you're right, Stephen. I didn't know it till yesterday afternoon, but I have qualified to go back to World. I made a burgundy pie, smoked some some beef tenderloin and some ribeye steak. Put it in a pie with a little wine and some thinly sliced potatoes, and sent my entry in. I get a phone call yesterday that I won for the state of Georgia. So I have qualified to go back to World this year.
So, and that's
Shoot,
of
that's
course
great.
that's in Dallas, Texas. In
Yeah.
when is it this year? It's early. Is it October? Yeah, I think it's October.
Yeah, it's October 13th, I think.
Same weekend as the Jack Daniels, I think. But now I read further down. Did your wife win dessert?
Well, my daughter did.
Oh, okay. But if she's in the family.
And then my wife, last year made it to the final table and chef me
Yeah.
and got six. So all three of us are going to be cooking at World this year.
You, your daughter, and your wife all competing.
Well, at least you share travel and room costs, buddy. Hey, look at it on the bright side.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Scott, that is just incredible.
Well, thank you, Steve. I mean, we take that as a big accomplishment and compliment.
I mean, this is so big. I mean, what a story. The family that cooks together stays together. And
Right.
and not only that, you're going to a World Food Championship where all three of you will be competing in different genres.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got to spread the word on this, Scott. This is New York Times kind of a story.
Well,
man, I can see it now.
Hope it makes it, Steve.
I can see it now.
We're tickled to death.
North Georgia hillbillies heading to Dallas.
There we
That's
go.
right.
You know it?
That's right.
And that's the way they would spin it too.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
everybody below Maryland's a hillbilly.
Right. Well, I've been called worse. I was called a gypsy one time, so I've been called worse.
When I grew up, that was not a good term, Scott.
Yeah. Well, I understand. But you see what I'm
Let's
saying?
not throw off on
Oh,
the
yeah,
Hungarians now. Okay.
Right. Well, this was at a barbecue competition,
Yeah.
needless to say. But that's okay.
I hope you took first place and kicked your butt.
I'm sure he did.
Well, I wasn't first, but we was in the top five
There you
anyway.
go.
And they didn't even play. So.
All right. Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't
And
matter.
there you have
Name
it.
calling happens all the time. I call people names all the time.
But yeah, we're extremely excited about all this. The bad news about what I've done is, and you're going to hear it first right here.
Breaking
Nobody
news.
else knows what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not cooking barbecue at World.
What?
Barbecue was full. I could not get in,
What?
so I'm going to be cooking steak at World.
Okay. Well, you know the reason for that because they limited the number of teams to a pretty small amount, and it's all that Texas that IBCA competition. There's no KCBS in it this year, and
Right.
and Scott, I really do think that's probably a good idea that Mike McLeod, the owner of a World Food Championship.
So was it limited to? Is it 100 teams or less? In
Oh
barbecue?
no, what was it, Scott? How many teams?
Yeah,
was it?
40 teams.
Yeah, 40.
40
Oh,
teams
my
in barbecue
gosh.
and
Well,
100 in steak.
100's too many down there, Frank. I mean,
Well, yeah,
we were down there.
it was. It was
That's
a
mess.
zoo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and especially at the final table when you really don't cook barbecue.
Yeah.
it's kind of like a grilling contest. But you're doing steak.
Well, I'm doing steak.
Okay, what a great segue into our next discussion. Tell us about going to Kingsport Saturday. And
Okay, well, we went
capturing
up.
second
We
place.
went up to we went up to Kingsport last Saturday. Never cooked a SBA steak competition. A week ago, I didn't even know what to say to grill grates. I even called you talking about grill grates.
Right.
Well, on Thursday of last week, I went and bought my first set of grill grates, come home.
Drove down to Cartersville
We-
where they're made, right?
Yes, sir. I drove down to Cartersville where it was made.
60
I come
miles
home,
from
fired,
here is where they make grill grates.
fired my little grill up, and I started cooking steaks.
Now, what kind of
Well,
grill? What kind of grill did you use? Because that's important.
I've got a vintage 1977 Char-Broil,
Wow.
which was made actually 1976. PK grills and Char-Broil were in together.
Mm-hmm.
They had fallen apart. 1977, Char-Broil had the molds, so 1 year only they made these little grills.
Were they aluminum, Scott?
Yes,
Wow.
they're totally aluminum.
I didn't know that.
And well, I didn't know all this until this past weekend.
So you don't get this on. You don't get the history of grills on other shows, folks.
Yeah.
That's why you tune to us.
And it was passed down 7 generations too, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I got it. I've had it for several years. The guy that I got it from, it was hanging in his barn. They gave it to me.
A barn
He's gonna throw it
find.
away.
A barn find.
Right. A barn fire.
This is getting. This is.
And
getting,
you go win with it.
This is getting better and better. Keep going, Scott. This is great. This is gold. Go ahead.
But anyway, I went up there and I asked some questions. I talked to a few people before we got up there, and they was all giving me pointers, do this and that. Well, I got up there and it's something I learned from the barbecue king himself, Mr. Myron Mixon, years ago, was cook what you know, do your own thing.
Okay.
So basically, that's what I done. I got up there and I mixed some spices, from White Lightning, from B&B charcoal,
Mm-hmm.
but then I wasn't real satisfied, so we mixed a little of our own spices in with it.
Okay.
Cooked our steak, turned it in. Didn't think I had a time and chance. I even went as far as telling my cook team, "Hey, it's over. We're done." Next thing you know, second place come out, and when we were drawing our numbers to pick our steaks, I was number 2 in picking my steaks.
Okay. So that meant you
So-
got to pick second on the first round, but you got to pick next to
Right.
last on the second round. So when you went back to the table, there was only 2 steaks left, right?
Well, there was actually 10. They had 8 extra
Yeah,
steaks.
okay. Okay.
Right. And so I come back and I done what I'd been told to do. I couldn't even pronounce that mussel that everybody was looking for until Saturday. I was calling it all kind of crazy things. But
Scott, sometimes there's just pure old blind luck. Did you find a sack of it?
Did you find a good one with that big muscle on it?
well, no, but I found the best I could find.
Uh-huh.
And so when we trimmed it down and everything, I started to truss it, and I thought, well, it's holding up pretty good on its own. So we threw them on this little grill. We grilled them out, and I turned them in. No trussing, no nothing, because it was holding on its own.
Did you tie a string around it? Did you cook it with a string? No string.
No, I didn't. I didn't put no string around it. That's why I said it was holding on its own. So I let it stand.
All right.
And it come out right. I mean, we were perfect.
Yeah.
On color, tenderness, taste. Taste is where I got beat, and the guy beat me by 3.2 points.
Wow. So you were real close.
That's how close it was.
So when you what temperature did you cook the steak to, Scott?
To 128, and I pulled it.
Okay. And then, so what did you do with that steak when you pulled it? Where did you put it? What did you put it in?
No, we put it over in an aluminum pan, put it on the table, and I let it rest for 5 minutes. We pulled it out, put it in our box, and I took it straight to the judges.
Okay. So did you take the temperature of the steak before you took it up there? Did it go up to 135?
No, it was at 131 when I left with
131. So it went up to three degrees. Only 3 degrees.
Yeah. Right.
That's one of the most interesting things to do when you cook, especially a steak. Is
when you pull
I like to pull it and put it on the plate and
see what it rises to.
And see how high it goes to, and
right.
and so you didn't think you had a chance.
So what? Say that,
So
I didn't hear you.
You didn't think you had a chance when you pulled it.
No, I didn't. But you know, I'm gonna say this. 2 years ago, when we was at World, and we had our good friend Jim Brewer down there with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jim looked at me. I don't know if you remember this or not. We were sitting in our awards, and we were sitting there talking. And he says, you know, whatever happens, we're gonna have fun, right?
Yep.
I said, that's exactly right, Jim. He said, let's have a picture.
Yeah, that was his
That's
motto.
Jim Brewer.
Yeah, that was his motto.
Well, and that's the way I looked at it up there Saturday. No matter what happened, I was going to have fun. My cook team was going to have a good time. And we done the best we could do.
So tell us about the day, because everybody is always interested in the State Cook-Off Association. The day. Tell us what time you got there, what you did, and
we got there at 8 o'clock
like?
in the morning.
Good
Set up.
Lord. Wait a minute, driving from North Georgia?
Yeah, it was 4 hour drive up there. I left at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Lord.
We got there at 8 o'clock, set up, which was very simple. A campy, one table, and this little grill.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I carried with me. Well, then everybody just got to, from 8 to 10, everybody just got to visiting with each other, which was great. 10 o'clock, we had cook meeting.
What do they do? Hey, Scott, what do they do at the Cooks meeting at an SCA event? What do they talk about?
Just the rules and regulations of 5 points of criteria that the steak will be judged on, the disqualifications, and what they're looking for. And it was very informative. I'm used to cooking barbecue with 4 criteria.
Right.
Well, that 5th one, which is overall appearance, because you've got an appearance, taste, tenderness. There's one more I can't think. And then overall appearance on steak.
Execution.
Execution, yeah, right.
Okay.
So anyway, it's a little bit tougher, and I had a hard time understanding the difference between appearance and overall appearance, because they're all going to look at it at one time.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
But that's not the way it happens.
Mm-hmm.
They take the steak and cut it 65-35. And the 65% of it is what the overall appearance, not everything is judged on except taste. Taste is judged on the 35%.
That's interesting.
Wait a minute. Hold back up.
So they cut 2/3 of the steak.
They cut they cut the steak in half.
Well, 2/3.
They cut it
and
in
then
half.
1/3.
They cut it in half, right, Scott? Okay.
Well, they said 65-35, which is a little bit over.
All right.
A little bit over half.
Okay, but they cut it in 2 pieces. Okay.
Right.
Right. And they present that to the judges.
Right.
Okay. So what part now? How did the judges? That's what always has puzzled me. How did the judges sample the steak?
They take the bottom end of the tail, which is the spinalis.
Right.
That is what they taste. That's the only thing they taste is the spinalis.
And how many judges judge your piece of steak?
5. So 5 judges.
Now, a spinalis is not that big, Scott. How does everybody get a piece of that part of the steak?
Why don't you explain what the spinalis is for those listening who do not know?
Oh, they know. They know what it is. They know what it is.
Right. Well, I mean, and I agree with you there, Frank, because I didn't know what it was till, like I said, I couldn't even pronounce it halfway right.
John, they say there's no question. It's a dumb question. Well, I just asked a dumb question because I don't know.
But anyway, the spinalis is the bottom edge next to the tail. It's the muscle on the tail end of the ribeye.
That's the part. That's the part when you're eating a ribeye.
That's the part I love.
Yeah, that's the part. Everybody. It's the good
that
part.
Little bite about that big.
Yeah, it's the good part. Exactly right.
Right. Well, and how they done it, I don't know, but that's what they judged on, because the spinalis on either one of my steaks were real big. Mm-hmm. But they did, and
whatever you did to it, you did a good job.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I really do.
So when did you turn it in? Did you after you took it off the grill, Scott? Did you put any dusting of a magic dust or anything on it before you took it up there? And tell me, did you use any butter?
Yeah, I used butter and just very, very little dust. I mean, it was you know, it's so minute you probably didn't even know it was there.
What kind of
Yeah.
butter did you use? Clarified or just did you melt
Uh,
some?
no, I used Chattanooga butter. Clarified butter, the Sriracha.
Yeah.
Wonderful on steak. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got Sriracha
Oh, yeah.
and shallots. Chattanooga butter is doing a fine job making that coconut,
Mhm.
you know, butter and stuff. And everybody that come by and tasted the butter wants me to bring some to the next competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You can pay for your trip that way.
That might be an entry for Chattanooga butter to the State Cook-Off
There
Association.
you go.
But, yeah, I've been on the phone with Chattanooga butter today. In case people don't know, they picked me up as a spot. You know, they're one of my sponsors for
Yeah.
the year.
Absolutely.
And they are going to send some butter with me next weekend. I like it so well in SCA that we're cooking again next weekend in Sparta, Tennessee.
In Sparta.
Sparta?
Wow.
Yeah.
At least that's not that long a drive.
Right.
Well, I tell you,
It's
I am
not 4 hours.
so glad that the State Cook-Off Association is finally journeying into the southeastern United States. You know, it's been a long, you know, they're real big in Texas, Oklahoma, you know, the Southwest, but now they're just now starting to move to our area. Sparta, Atlanta has had a couple of them.
Right.
And so you're going to Sparta. That's a short
Right.
drive for us.
Yeah. Straight up 111.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 99 miles from my driveway to where I'm going, so that's not bad.
You know, that little grill that you're cooking on, that charcoal, it's a charbroil, right?
Broil. Yeah,
Charbroil. They're still in business today. Everybody's
Yeah.
had one of those little cheap charbroil grills. But yours
Right.
is aluminum. Does it look like a PK?
Yeah, it looks just like a PK, except it's shorter. That's the only difference.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you were up there, Scott, did most of the competitors use a PK grill? And what was the weirdest thing you saw someone cooking steak
This ought to
on?
be good.
Well, yeah, most everybody I've seen had PKs.
Mhm.
But now I looked up and there was one guy over there, and I don't know if he was playing or if he was actually competing, but he had a charcoal chimney lit and had a little grate on top of it and had his steak on top of that charcoal chimney.
You know, what's funny is those guys that do that have won that contest before. Or have won
Probably.
an SCA contest cooking like that.
Which just goes to show you don't have to have a $1,000
Right.
grill to be
Exactly.
able to win that contest.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, you've seen people turn a grocery cart over on a tire rim too. You know,
Right.
and make a grill.
Right.
And
Right.
did you see was anybody sous videing their steak? Because that's legal
Well,
in SCA.
Yes, I did see some people sous videing. The host that was putting it on,
Uh-huh.
he had his whole family cooking, and they were sous videing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't see where it helped. And
Did
I'm
you-
not going.
Did
I'm
you
not
tell
gonna
him
try to
Steve Ray had a
lie.
warrant out for his arrest?
I tell you what, they ought to make that
Now, I sous vide on Friday night before we went up there. I went and got some steaks, and I sous vide them here at home. And some sous vide and some not. And I chose to go not sous vide because I got the same taste.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Well, good for you. Good for you.
you
You know, if I was
know,
president of the United States, I would go door to door and collect those sous vides. I'm coming for your sous vide. And if you want to get a bumper sticker that says Steve Ray will take my sous vide when he wraps my cold dead finger from around it, that's fine with me.
We'll send you one free of charge.
Well, now, you know, like I said, I got two of them. I went crazy and bought two of them.
Oh,
but, you
Lord.
know,
Oh, they're great. They're great if you're not competing, and they're great for chefs
Right.
that are cooking in, especially large quantities. You know,
Right.
if somebody's got like 100
Right.
steaks to cook, sous vides are great. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you. I just don't think they should be used in contests, and I know that they won't be used in any contest in Ottawa anymore. I can promise
Well.
you that.
right. Well,
I believe I
you
tasted
know,
the
and
steak that won that last one.
Yeah. Well, Scott, that is an incredible story, and you've had what an incredible week you've had. I mean, you've got to be,
Well, I
you got to
have.
be
Yeah.
you should be very proud of yourself and your family.
Well, I am, Steve, and I want to say thank you to you for the advice that you give me and some of the other people that I talked to. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know you got Sean coming on right here behind me. Sean's a great cook. I mean, so are y'all. And and I hope that we all can keep doing what we're doing and make Chattanooga area great. Keep it as great as far as it is.
And it's definitely on the rise, on the way up.
Yeah,
No question.
We have a great cooking, competitive food community too. We have, there's not,
Right.
I talked to him. I've got a friend up in Knoxville, Chris Grove. He has nibbled me this,
Website, newsletter,
newsletter,
books,
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chris is very accomplished, and he just says all the time, he goes, "Man, you guys in Chattanooga got it going on. That we've got nothing in Knoxville. They have no competitions, nothing up there where the locals can go and try their hand at food competition. So
which is a
we're
shame.
really lucky.
Yeah.
We're really lucky. And Scott, we're
Well,
lucky.
but what we ought to do is some of us like yourself and me and some other people that put them on, we'll go up there and help them out and see what we can do about getting some competition here to show them.
What we need to do is get a steak contest over at Cambridge Square. You know it?
Well, you're exactly right. Now,
That'd be a great place
I
for it.
talked to some reps while I was up there
Oh, did you?
about bringing some stuff this way, and they said if there's an interest, it pretty well could happen.
I guarantee you we could get how many cooked in that Kingsport contest?
21.
Oh, we could get. I guarantee we could
30.
get 30.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I told them, and I was told to get a hold of go online and see who's the closest reps, and get them to come down and talk with us and see if we can set one up.
Oh, that would be easy. We could get them out of North Georgia, North Atlanta area would come up here. Probably a few from the Western North Carolina, Waynesboro, that area. They'd head over this
And
way.
there's a lot of good backyard cooks who probably would do that because they don't have to have the huge investment.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, less than $50, you can compete.
Yeah.
With equipment.
I mean, you got a $199 Weber.
Very cheap.
Weber kettle. You can show up.
And
and
you
cook.
can use anything.
Right.
You can use sous vide. You can use gas. You can use a hot plate with a lodge on it. I mean, that's what's so unique about it.
Right.
The only thing I would do would be outlaw sous vide, but that's okay.
Hey, one quick question. Quick question before you go. You mentioned grill grates. Do you love them now or what?
I do.
I know.
Grill grates is the best thing in the world. Yeah, let's put them in there. We'll talk about some B&B charcoal too, because
Yep.
yes, I know I'm plugging them, but I want people to know with the B&B and the grill grates, I use a lot less charcoal. My grill come up to temp where I want it a lot faster. Everything cooked wonderful. I mean, and it was just a good day. And
It was a good day for you.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just ecstatic.
Hey, how hot did you get that grill, Scott? Forgot to ask.
700. Well, I was 760 degrees whenever I put it on.
Right on the middle.
Hair on fire.
760 degrees. Wow.
That was on top of my grill grates, and so that's where I put it on at.
Did you turn in square lines or diamond?
Diamond. I twisted it on 10 and 2 positions.
That's why you won.
Yeah.
Diamond's the way to go.
And,
Diamond's the way to go.
And that's one thing about cooking steak that I found out, and I didn't know this until a boy about 10 minutes before I put them on told me. He says, whatever you do, make sure your grill marks are light brown. Don't turn nothing black in. He said, the judges don't like to see black grill marks.
Light brown.
Light brown.
That's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to remember, isn't it, Scott?
It is. I mean, and I didn't have no earthly idea that, it was that big a difference.
Light
but
brown.
mine was light brown, and everything looked good.
Light brown grill marks.
My grill marks on the grill grates are always black.
Light brown grill marks.
Right.
So we'll be all ahead of the game. Well, Scott, we're going to let you go, man. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us.
Let me tell you one more quick thing, and I'll get off here.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if y'all heard, but they do ancillaries at these steak cook-offs.
What is it?
And last weekend was sausage, and they had a kids' burger queue.
Okay.
Well, my daughter done the sausage ancillary for us, and she wound up third in it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that was good, and we were all tickled to death. Like I said, my cook team's all my family, and I give them a lot of praise.
Oh yeah.
But because they do so much for me. But the best part to me of the weekend was my 6-year-old grandson competed in his first competition.
Oh Lord.
I put him in the burger competition just because I want him to start. That's 3 generations of us there.
Did he enjoy that?
He loved it, and he won
That's
the burger
funny.
competition.
That's funny.
That's fantastic.
So we had a damn up weekend, you know. and-
Could you?
sounds
Were
like
you
you did.
guys? Were you able to get the heads that large back into the truck to drive home after everybody knocked
Well,
it dead?
Well, Frank, good thing you said that because my son, you know, he was with us. He had to drive us home because our heads were broken so bad. But he does a good job. We're all home safe.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
Scott, I think that's fantastic. What a great story, and what a great report on that. And I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you after the Sparta contest. Good luck to you up there.
Well,
Okay.
Well, thank you, and yeah, let's get together. Let's talk to these reps, see what we can do about bringing the FCA
Hey,
competition.
hey, I've got plenty of room at the gas station. We could have one.
There you go.
No, we do. I got plenty of room.
Nothing
and
like
I could do it.
flames in a
There's plenty
gas
of places
station.
we
I've
could-
seen that.
we could
Wasn't
get
that a
one.
bad deal for you last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Scott. Thank you so much,
See you,
buddy.
Scott.
See you.
Thank you guys for calling. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah, take care.
That's incredible.
They did well.
Yeah. The whole family.
Family that cooks together stays together.
Yeah, mama,
Or stays together, cooks together, whatever.
mama and them. That's just
Yeah, mama and them.
yeah. And when they roll in, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is a great family. And
I get
More
a kick
people.
out of his son every time I see him. Same attire. Got those overalls on with that big wide brim hat. And he's like this with those thumbs through those overalls.
and with all those grandkids tagging along
Yeah.
too. Hey, we're going to the Pit Barrel Cooker Hotline, and we're going to get. You know what we're going to do? We're going to call that. We're going to get that same guy that we got the last time, because I put the wrong number in again. Here we go. Now we're going to
Ladies and
get
gentlemen,
Sean
in
Cosby.
case you were wondering, this is live. There's Sean. He's here.
Good grief.
All right.
Hey,
Hey.
Sean. What's up, buddy?
Not too much.
Let
all right?
me
Yeah.
congratulate you first thing on going down to Gadsden, Alabama, and snatching second place out of that state and bringing it back home to Tennessee and Chattanooga. We just got off the phone with Scott Waters, your buddy from Smokehouse Grilling and Barbecue, and he was still on cloud nine. Scott, tell me, what is it like sitting there in the awards ceremony, knowing that you're in the mix?
It's crazy because you've heard your name quite a few times already. So you get down to the end, and it's like, maybe I got a chance.
And you did,
You're sitting there going,
obviously.
Yep.
You're sitting there going, if I could just get a top 10 in brisket, I may have this.
Yep.
And
And we got ninth in brisket.
yeah, I was
so
just saying,
we
you
were right
did.
there.
You got ninth in brisket.
Yep.
And that plopped you right up there. Tell us about that cook a little bit. What did you cooked it on your Deep South, I presume?
I did on the new Deep South offset.
Mm-hmm.
So this is only my second competition competing with it. So some of the meat placement, I cooked 3 slabs of ribs, and only one of them made it toward the end because it kind of charred on the bottom of it where I had it placed at.
Uh-huh.
The sugar kind of burnt to it, so that put me down to turning in ribs from 1 slab where
Uh-oh.
I normally pull from 3.
So you had to get 6 good ones out of 1. That's wow.
That's tough.
That's real tough.
I think that hurt me on ribs a little bit.
How did
so.
that? Tell us about that. Tell us about that Deep South offset. I've seen that. Of course, Deep South smokers are known to gravity feed. I've got that's what that big one I've got
Yep.
is. And Sean's got a big Deep South gravity feed smoker too.
Randall Bowen.
Tell us about how that
Yep.
offset works. So that's an interesting cooker.
It's going back to the old days of the stick burner, except for it's insulated, so it doesn't take very much wood to run it.
Is
Probably
the whole
maybe
thing 15 insulated or
to
just a
20
firebox?
pieces for a 8 or 10 hour cook. So
Wow. Is it just the firebox that's insulated, Sean, or is the whole cooker insulated?
I think the firebox is beefed up and insulated more than the rest of it, but the cooking chamber is made out of 1/4 inch rolled steel. So
Okay.
I mean it's a beast.
Didn't
Yeah.
Randall just start manufacturing those things not too long ago? Then this is his first
He
year?
made one a couple of years ago. It was a pull behind, and then something popped up with it again, and I asked him could he make the enclosed model because I've got the toy hauler, and that's the only way I could haul it around with me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And how much does that thing weigh?
a lot. I don't even know. I don't know that he ever told me a number on it.
I
So.
know. Well, you know, the cooker you had used to weigh over 1,000 pounds because it took four
Yep,
of us to
I'm
push
sure.
it. Remember, it took four of us to push it back up in the toy hauler at that one contest. So
Yeah, this one is, it's every bit of it. And it's
Mhm.
harder to move because it's the way it's spread out.
Yeah.
It's easier because it's got the bigger size, but it's harder to move because it's, you don't have as many rails and it's not as tall. So,
So were you? So did you do all four meats on that one smoker?
yep. And that's why my ribs were in a different spot than I normally cook them because my butts weren't done and I couldn't pull them off. So that's where the ribs would normally be.
Hey, Sean, does it have that little sweet spot like you see so many different offsets have on the upper left hand side? They call it the Texas
He put
microwave.
the heat diffuser in there, so it pushes heat all the way across it. So there's not one spot really that's. I mean, there's a couple a little bit cooler spots, but
Mhm.
there's not a spot. I mean, it's still hot in that left corner,
Yeah.
but it's got that heat diffuser, so it pushes it all the way across the bottom.
So is this a reverse flow or does it pull?
It pulls.
Okay, I like that better anyway. Well, that's interesting. When you did your briskets and your butts, where are you putting them closer to the firebox in the middle, or where are you putting them on that?
I put the brisket closer to the stack because it's a little bit warmer there because you got the heat diffuser. The end of it's right there, so the heat pumps out right there. That's a little bit of a hotter spot.
When you do your briskets, are you separating them, or are you cooking it full packer?
Oh yeah, I separate them.
Do you? Okay.
I don't turn and burn ends, but I always cook them to eat. So
Yeah. But you do cook both parts of it, though, right?
yep.
So, obviously ninth place in brisket. You had to be happy with that, especially it's only like your second. Was it your second competition cook on that one?
Yep. Nashville was the first one, so this
Yeah.
was the second one. Nashville had some wind issues, or it would have went a whole lot better. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, that Nashville cut, that was kind of y'all had to move it. Didn't they have to move the location of that? Because
yeah, it
of
was
the weather?
originally supposed to be in Nashville
Yeah.
and somewhere on the river, I guess, and they had to move it to a Wilson campground. Is what it is. It's like somewhere where they have a fair, and they
Yeah.
moved it there last minute because it flooded so bad where they were at. They
Yeah.
Wow.
couldn't have it at that location.
Well, Cole's a good guy. He knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he had a backup plan
Oh, yeah.
the whole time. But
They
hey,
put
let's
on
get
a great contest. So.
Hey, hold on now. You came in second with a 180 in chicken. Now let's talk
Yep.
about you're turning in thighs still, right? You didn't go to legs, correct?
Yep, still thighs.
Now let's talk about those chicken thighs, because a 180 in chicken is
Tough.
and that's a tough one to get. What was the process with that?
I did find the sweet spot on the smoker with it though. It was the microwave shelf, as you call it, on the Jambo. So
Mhm.
the top left on it was the nice spot for the chicken.
And did you cook it in pans and butter like everybody does?
Oh yeah.
And did you when you I always when you score well in chicken, I always try to go back and remember how big the pieces were when I got the pack and all that stuff. Did you get the pack?
I normally Springer Mountain Farms is what I use, and
Yeah.
if I can't get Springer Mountain, I'll use the Greenwise, which is the Publix, Springer Mountain. But
Yeah, it's their brand, right?
I couldn't go and find, like I went to Publix 3 days in a row and they didn't have the chicken. So I went to Food Line because Food Line has a Nature's Promise, which is Springer Mountain Farms, and all they had was bone-in and skinless thighs. And I'm So I ended up buying the Food Line brand chicken. So that 180 was Food Line brand chicken.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But,
So,
but they were
The
bone
terrible
in
skin
thighs,
that you have to
right?
prep for
Bone in thighs, correct?
45 minutes.
Regular thighs, right?
Yep, bone and regular thighs.
And what
Which are so much fun to prep, right?
Right.
tell us about
Yep.
tell us about some of the products that you used.
Now he's shigging, Sean.
You don't-
Now he's shigging.
I don't need to shake.
I can't give all the secrets away. I gave you the,
I
I told
the
you.
Food Line,
Told
the
you.
Food Line chicken.
I don't need to shake. I don't need to shake the beat Sean Cosby. All I gotta do is take his sous vide machine away from him. I have him crying like a baby. Tell us about some of the product brands then that you used, because there's been a little bit of conversation going around on Facebook about some of the stuff that you've been using.
Well, I'm trying to get a sauce sponsor, so I should probably mention the Yes Deer barbecue sauce. And of course, I use Butcher's products because
Right.
he makes the best stuff out there. So
Mhm. So you use what did you
Was
use?
that a paid advertisement, Sean?
What did you use the Yes Deer
Yeah.
on
I use it on the chicken thighs.
the chicken thighs? Which one did you use?
Their competition blend.
Okay, that's what I figured. They make three different kinds, and it's very similar to one of the Butcher Barbecue that are out there too. Let's see. First in chicken with a 180, which is perfect score. First in you also came in first in pork, correct?
Pork. Yeah.
Just pulled pork. How did you go about on that, Sean? What was your strategy on that? Like, what did you turn in?
I turned in some of the tubes and, of course, the money muscle. So I had some nice money muscle slices. I use the Duroc pork, so it's usually got a nice marbled money muscle in it. So.
Uh-huh. And did you turn in any chunks with it, or how many? Let me back up. How many butts did you cook?
I only ever cooked two.
Two. So you got
If
enough.
I can't get it out of two, then
50-50
Can't get
shot,
it.
right?
I know, but some of those.
well, I mean, I
sometimes the
usually pull a
tubes.
little bit
Sometimes the
more,
tubes
a little
you
bit
can't.
from the others. So
Well, sometimes you can't get enough tubes out of two. You got to go
Right.
three. And people are going, "What are tubes?" it's a piece of meat. A pork butt. Sean.
It looks like a little
and
baby
and
pork
we can-
tenderloin.
We can talk about this. Pork butt has like 5 or 6 different pieces of meat on it, and I always tell people when you're eating a barbecue sandwich, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but when you're eating a barbecue sandwich and you bite into it, and you get a piece of meat, and it just shocks your mouth. That's what they call the belly of the butt, which is right under the fat cap. Did you turn did you turn
that's my
any of that
favorite part.
in? Yeah.
I didn't. No, none of that made it in there. Mine was strictly tubes and a little bit of the horn, and then the rest of it was money muscle.
Did you slice the money muscle into 2 rows or just one?
I just put in 6 slices of
6
money muscle.
slices. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good strategy, and that got you first place. Gosh.
He's sugaring again.
First in chicken. First in chicken. And where ribs were what? 17th?
Yep. 2 slabs not making it on me is what got me on that one, because
And
I had
what,
to turn in
Yeah.
2 or 3 of the ribs were from closer to the end, where
Yeah.
the smaller end, where I usually never turn those in. Those are ones I use as testers, but
Those are eating ribs, right?
right.
which is ironic because Sean here in Chattanooga is known as the Rib King.
Yeah.
Because I mean you always win the local rib contest. Your ribs are just off the chain good all the time. That's what I thought. That's what I couldn't believe when I read the score Sunday morning. I went 17th in ribs. I thought something happened. I really did. I thought he's done something. Something went amiss when I saw the 2 first places, and then brisket goes.
The chicken I got second place.
Oh, well, it was a coin flip though, wasn't it?
He had I guess they call it a perfect. So I don't really know how that breaks down, but I guess it's like decimals more than a 180. So
Yeah, I think I may be wrong, but I think you got, they dropped the lowest score, and so
right.
I think
they bring it back for that.
yeah, because I think the guy that the perfect 180 is everybody at the table. I think I may be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I think you'll take it though, won't you, Sean?
But you got that little
Gladly.
pin.
Oh yeah,
You got that little pin, though, didn't you?
you're sitting there at the end, and you're
Yeah.
they get to second place with a perfect 180 and chicken, and I'm sitting there thinking that chicken was good. I don't think it was 180 good though.
You're an honest man.
Boy, I'd like to taste some. I'd like to taste some 180 chicken. I talked to Jeff Thompson one time. He cooks. Jeff. And,
He's a scientist.
He's also
the mad
he's
scientist.
also a judge.
Yeah,
And I was talking to him one time after a contest. He said,
and an engineer.
"Yeah,"
That's what I'm. Yeah.
and he said, "I got to taste some 180 chicken," and he said it's a totally different world than what we live in. And you did that. You did that, Sean. You hit that totally different world than what most of us competitors live in.
Yeah.
I
I was mesmerized.
just think what you did is fantastic. Just knowing that, now, for my friends, everybody listening, Sean owns 2 restaurants. He owns the Choo Choo Barbecue here in Chattanooga on East Brainerd Road, which is it's a landmark, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah.
I mean, Choo Choo Barbecue
Great
is
barbecue if
is
you
a
hadn't tried.
landmark here in Chattanooga. And tell us about the new venture, Sean.
It's 5 Points Farmhouse in Chickamauga, Georgia, the former melon patch, if you know where that's at. It's we're doing country, southern cooking, and barbecue as well. So today's special, we actually do Italian night on Wednesday. So
So that
For all the Italians in Chickamauga, right?
yeah,
Correct.
both of them.
Were there 3?
They work down at the garage. That the community has really received you guys well, from what I understand.
oh yeah, it's taken off.
Yeah.
Pretty much every week growing. So
Yeah, that's good. A good
Who,
restaurant.
who's your partner in that venture?
it's my cousin Curtis
Oh, he's your
Curtis
cousin.
Wilson.
So there's blood in this thing too, huh?
Oh yeah,
You guys doing well together.
he's my good luck charm of the contest as well. So
Did he go
he
down
was
there
with
with
me at
you?
World Foods, and he's with me down there. So
Oh, okay.
Good. Good.
Well, fantastic. Well, Sean, that's just incredible that you went down there and got a second place. When you get in that top 5, it's a crapshoot anyway. Anybody when you get to that top 5,
Yeah.
you're mixing it up. Anybody can win in that top 5. That's
Right.
very, very, very such small differences in the food.
And when you get to
cooking like
that number and you're sitting there going, well, we did this and this, and you're running through your mind, are we going to win?
well, I mean, and you had some really top teams there too. So there's a couple of those teams that are in contention for the
team
they're
of the
like
year.
top in the nation right now. So
Right, yeah, that's
you know,
what
it's
I mean.
great.
really, really stiff field right there.
Well, it's the major leagues. Any contest you go to in a KCBS event is you will get the top teams in the nation at every contest, because they're spread out, and obviously people are going to go to the most of the time to the closest contest to
Yep.
their home to compete, because it just makes financial sense. And of course, here in the Southeast, being this close to Atlanta, we're very fortunate to have a ton of contests that are within an hour and a half drive from Chattanooga. And that's
Yeah,
what
there's one in Winchester this weekend that I wish I would have gotten in on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you going to go down and do the Honeybee Festival?
oh yeah,
Good.
I got to go down there.
Yeah, that's great. You'll,
Yeah. Defending champion. He's got to.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not last year, from the year before. But
Okay.
Oh, excuse us. It's the defending state champion.
yep, the
Yep.
Lazy Days won it last year.
Yeah. Tell us about.
Oh,
Have you looked into the State Cook-Off Association, any, Sean? Have you got any interest in that?
I don't know, let the motorcycle get away.
Okay.
I I could probably do one if it was tied in with the KCBS event. Like, I haven't seen any that are close enough to us to just go and do though.
Well, was there not a state contest at the KCBS event in Gaston? Because KCBS has their
No,
own. They've got their own state.
they had a-
now.
Yeah, they had Friday. They had some ancillaries, which was a Dean sausage. You had to turn in something with sausage, and then Saturday they had cheeseburger in paradise. So
Ooh, but
it was a
did you enter
Jimmy
that?
Buffett theme. Yeah, I entered both of those.
How'd you do in the cheeseburger one? Because you make a great burger.
They only call top two, and then I don't really know.
Okay.
They don't say how you did
Yeah.
past that. So
Because folks, I'm telling you, if you want a good cheeseburger, Choo Choo Barbecue, boy, woo, one of the best.
I thought we turned in a great burger, but I mean,
I'm sure you
the
did.
lady that turned in behind us is the one that won, and her tray was elaborate. So
Yeah,
it was that was Sweet Cheeks Barbecue that won that one.
Sweet Cheeks.
different.
Barbecue.
It's a different world, isn't it? When you're cooking in the major
Yep.
leagues like that. Everybody, if you
Well, I
get
mean,
a
that
chance
was
to, it's
that
more
was
fun.
just you had to have a paradise theme. So I mean, there was no real limitations on what you did with it.
a paradise thing. So what was your theme?
We just did turned in little mini margaritas with it, and
Okay. That's a good idea.
decorated the platter on like
little margarita.
we did
Bill.
the silver platter, like the World Foods platter.
Yeah. Well, good for
But
you.
I mean, my burger, the burger wasn't. It had bacon jam on it, and smoked Gouda cheese, and I thought it was delicious.
I'm
Colby
sure.
beef.
The one you make at Choo Choo Barbecue with 2 patties and mustard and ketchup on it is pretty darn good too, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, that one is a brisket, steak, and beef shoulder cloth blend that's made for us.
Mhm.
So
And it's delicious.
that one's really good.
On the griddle too.
Right.
Isn't it amazing how
Best way to get that crust.
isn't it amazing how the griddle has taken off? Serious talk. Have you noticed when you go into stores that sell different types of
All the camp chefs.
grills?
All the camp.
Everything
camp
out,
chefs,
everything out there
everybody's got
now
one.
is a griddle. I mean, the grills are to the side. Everybody's selling griddles now. We did hot dogs at church Sunday on griddles. They were delicious.
Look like a camp chef too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable.
They're easy to cook on.
I want one,
They're
but
reasonable.
I want one, but I have no reason to have one.
You can't fit one in the garage, can you?
I could not justify that to Barbara. I mean,
That means Barbara's car's got to go, and you go.
I said, I just can't justify it. I've got to justify when I bring something home and to satisfy her, and I cannot justify this.
Normally
I've
something
ran
leaves
across
and
a
something
couple of the
comes in.
Blackstone ones that I've almost bought. So
Yeah, I've almost bought.
I'd like
them
to have one too.
I was only if they were small enough, I could hide them.
Right.
You can
But,
roll it
but
over to
I'm
my
running
house.
I've run out of places to hide
You can
them.
roll it over to my house from here.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah.
But that's down in the rain because you can't get anything in your garage.
Well,
if you fix that little
because I got too
problem,
much stuff.
if you fix that problem, we might be able to work
Too
something
many
out.
barbecue toys.
Sean, thank you so much for being with us. Sean Cosby,
Yeah, congratulations, my friend.
Choo Choo
Thank you,
Barbecue,
thank you.
and 5 Points.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. 5 Points Restaurant down in Chickamauga.
Shameless plug. You guys, if you haven't been, go visit Sean at Choo Choo Barbecue out on East Brandon Road.
This guy
Great
is
restaurant.
This guy is a cook.
And he can cook, obviously.
All right. What's your next
All right, y'all
contest,
have a
Sean? What's your next contest? Where are you going to be?
The Honeybee is my next professional contest. There is one that I just seen yesterday. It's called the Big Pig, and I'm trying to find out more information about it.
The big,
Where's
In
it at?
Chattanooga.
The Big Pig.
the big pig.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard. When you find out that information, pass it along to us, okay?
I definitely will.
All right, Sean. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, have a
Appreciate
good
it.
night.
Good evening.
You bet.
Thank you.
See you, man.
Sean Cosby, Choo Choo Barbecue, and 5 Points Restaurant down in Chickamauga. Choo Choo Barbecue on East
Great
Brandon
guy.
Road, right here in Chattanooga.
Great
Great
guy.
guy, great cook.
Yeah.
Another great family guy
Yes.
in this business. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed talking with these local guys. It's always fun to talk with the local guys.
To see them do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we will be back here next Wednesday with more guests for you right here on the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show. For Frank Blair, this is Steve Ray. We're signing off. Until next
Have a
Wednesday.
great evening, guys.
We'll see you guys. Take care.